All right, just picking this back up with Spencer. I haven't actually spoken to, I don't think the channel has spoken to since the night, June 1st, Madison Square Garden, shocking events where Andy Ruiz became unified heavyweight world champion. What were your thoughts initially?
My thoughts, seriously, it was Ramadan at the time. I woke up to say Fajr prayer, and then I went back to sleep, and then I got loads of phone calls that woke me back out of my sleep about what happened. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I knew it was gonna be a hard fight. I thought Andy Ruiz could give him a.
You said that on the podcast.
I said it on the podcast. Yeah, I said he could give him a run, but I didn't believe that he could win the fight. I thought, no way, man, AJ's gonna get him, right? And I've said this on the podcast, and I'm saying this again. Anthony Joshua is a fantastic athlete, right? A gifted specimen of a human being, right? But because he's had so much success in a relatively short period of time, he hasn't been immersed in the correct fight game, or sitting down, or the people who are around him. They're not boxing people. He needs boxing people around him. And that is the truth. And this is things that I've spoken to Anthony about this myself. I've said, listen, man, you need to be around more boxing folks.
What did he say?
He's kind of agreeing with me. What do you mean? He's kind of agreeing with me, but he does. He needs to be around more boxing people. So just little things. It's like, here is a guy, Andy Ruiz, who's been sparring James Toney, who's been sparring Evander Holyfield from like you're 21 years old. What? You're telling me you're not? You're sparring with legends as a kid, right? Come on, man. So you're gonna learn certain tricks in the trade. Yeah, it was a sad thing for what happened to Andy Joshua, that he lost. But seriously, could have been a blessing in disguise, right? Seriously, so what? Right, you have to ask yourself, on that performance that he gave there, what do you think would have happened? And let's be real, if that was Tyson Fury in there,
or Wilder, etc.
What would happen if that was Deontay Wilder letting off them big right hands on you, right? On that performance. But then I have to be real and say, since the Klitschko fight, I think the way Anthony Joshua started to fight now has been more stern to getting longevity in fights, and he hasn't been so gun-ho. So I think he's been very, very reserved since the Klitschko fight. He's been reserved. He was reserved in the Carlos Sakan fight, who subsequently went on and got knocked out by Derek Chisora. He's been
Parker.
He was reserved. Yeah, he was reserved in the Parker fight to somewhat extent, because we saw Dylan White knock down Parker twice.
But do you think he should box like that in a rematch with Ruiz, the way he boxed against Parker?
Yeah, I believe so. And the fact of like administering the double jab wasn't there. He wasn't as sharp. And I'm not making up no excuse for Anthony Joshua, because fair play to Anthony Joshua, he ain't made no excuses. But I do believe that he can come back from this. Seriously, I do believe that he can come back. I'm seeing all the memes and everything else, and I'm telling him, just remember all of this, or what you was going through, or how people were saying, or how they tried to make you feel, and you're gonna realize the true people around you right now. You know what I mean? Success has many fathers, but failure is a bastard orphan. So, and that's not my saying, that's JFK. So, that's the jar truth. But I do believe that Anthony Joshua can come back from this if he gets his mind right. And I'm telling you, Anthony Joshua, be around guys like James Toney, be around Evander Holyfield. You and Lennox just had this riff. You lot done your riff now, yeah? You had this long time is bullshit, right? I'm being real. As one old lion, former last man to be undisputed champion. You know what I mean? Certain times when you're just around guys, you know what I mean? Show me your company of friends, I'll show you who you are. And that same energy would rub off on you. If you was around a bag of people and they were bin collectors and garbage collectors, you would end up smelling like garbage. If you're around somebody who sells perfume, you're going to end up smelling like perfume. You know what I mean? Energy goes where it flows. So there's certain things that I could see, incremental things, that Anthony Joshua could brush up on, and I believe that he can come back bigger and better than what he is, because he's going to need it. It's happened. It's a shame that Emmanuel Stewart's not here anymore, because he would have been the ideal person for Anthony Joshua. There's a couple of names that I've got, but I want to boost them up. But I think like maybe someone like a Virgil Hunter, someone like a Nazim Richardson. I'm not saying get rid of Robert McCracken. I'm saying have Robert McCracken there, because and he should never leave Robert McCracken, because Robert McCracken took him from the amateurs to do what he's done, right? Nobody weren't complaining when he was getting success that, get rid of Robert. So because things are going wrong now, everyone's saying get rid of Robert. Why you want to get?
Rob seems like he's giving good advice in the corner, really.
Listen, man. It's whether that advice was comprehended or whether you can administer what you thought you comprehended in the first place. I still believe that he can come back from this, but I'm saying that he should be around other guys to mix in so you can get more facets to your game.
I don't think Rob would be too happy with that, would he, though?
Well, the thing about it is this: if you're not bringing in no one to replace Rob, you're just adding to your
So like Ben Davison did with Freddie Roach, bringing him in.
Right, exactly.
Ben was still the main man.
Right, exactly. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Exactly, and and that's what I think should happen, man.
Okay. There was a lot of rumours going around that he'd been knocked out in sparring, he had panic attack.
Listen. I don't think he had no panic attack at all. Now check this one out. You're heavyweight champion of the world, right? You're unified heavyweight champion of the world, and you're fighting in America. I told people it's a different energy out in America, and you could feel a little bit aggrieved, tension, and everything else. That's not a panic attack. You're just pissed off. But then, because you're heavyweight champion of the world, oh my God, he had a panic attack. Oh my, yep. No, I'm not buying none of that panic attack business. Not one bit. I'm not buying.
He got beat by the better.
That was not making no excuses. He got beat by the better guy, and I believe that Anthony Joshua comes back, learns the game a little bit more, brushes up on things. He'll beat Andy Ruiz. But Andy Ruiz.
He'll beat him in a rematch.
I believe if he makes, you can't go in a fight and think that you're going to fight the same way you did and get a different result. You're going to get the same result. But I do believe that Anthony Joshua can come back and win the fight.
All right. What did you make of Tyson Fury's 2-round job on Tom Short?
Tyson Fury's the guy, man. He's entertaining.
Best heavyweight in the world.
Ring Magazine got him at number one, right? And
Adam Smith, head of Sky Sports Boxing, said he's number one.
Well, good luck to Adam Smith and his opinion. That's no disrespect. But I'm saying my opinion, Tyson Fury was the best heavyweight in the world. And not because of Anthony Joshua losing, because of how he performed against Deontay Wilder, then that would say, oh yeah, he's the best heavyweight in the world, but you still got a draw. But I think it's been solidified now that Anthony Joshua lost, because at the end of the day, he did beat Deontay Wilder. But the way Deontay Wilder, that hellacious knockout of Dominic Brazil, listen, man, he could knock out anyone. You got to rate how he's going on as well. It's mad. But I don't like how everyone's jumping on the fact of Anthony Joshua's demise and laughing at his demise, because those same bitches will be running around Anthony Joshua when he comes back and becomes heavyweight champion again.
So true.
Right? The same bitches.
So true. Just on Tyson Fury, why do you think he's getting the respect that he really deserves now? Like, after the Klitschko fight, he went to Germany. He arguably beat Deontay Wilder. 90% of people think he beat Deontay Wilder. But now, after the Tom Shorts fight, he's getting a load of respect and credit. Why so low?
The reason why is this, right? Is because we're really getting to know him as a person. We didn't really know him before. Not we. I'm saying like the public didn't really get to know him. He said some derogatory comments.
He didn't seem happy.
Right, and exactly. But then he's come out and said, look, I was going through how anyone going to fight down a man? He said, right, you know what? I went through depression. The man lost 10 stone in weight. So he lost Terence Crawford in body weight to get down to fight again.
Mad.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's done all of this and it's being public, it's being viewed like, oh my God. Like he don't say silly things no more. He's being more reserved in certain things that he says now. And you know what? And God bless him. I love Tyson Fury, man. Seriously, I think he's great for boxing. And not only that, but the mere fact that, and I thought like he was getting ostracized a lot because he was a traveler. Let's call it as it is, right? Because he's a traveler, but he's well versed and multicultural and multi-diverse in his personality, right? And because he is, and he's like encapsulating to most people, and he's alluring, and because of that, I think he's excellent. I think he's so good for boxing.
It's been touted that he might fight Jarrell Miller in October.
No, listen. What
are your thoughts on that?
Listen, I pray to God that fight doesn't happen. I think Jarrell Miller's just sending out lies, just like the lies he was sending out that he went on anabolic steroids and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? Seriously, it's disgraceful. You should be banned for life. You had 3 different drugs in you. I'm just being real.
Apparently, there's a 4th test coming out.
Well, regardless what it is, I'm not backing that. You know what I mean? Seriously, to forget why we don't even call that guy. I don't want to talk. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is this: I actually liked Jarrell Miller, but when I've seen guys who are cheating, this drug and that drug, and now apparently a 4th drug test coming out later to you, bro. I'm just being real. Later to you.
Okay. All right, Spencer, thank you for your time.
Umar, man, thank you. Keep on doing what you're doing, man. I love what you're doing, brother. Seriously, I absolutely love seeing you out, and because you're getting adulation now as well. Because I remember the first real interview you did was when MTK Global sponsored the Manhood Academy, and we gave him. Yes, that was your first interview with me. So it's like I gave you a bus. So
Yeah.
I want some money. No, so like. And like when Manhood Academy, when we sponsored Manhood Academy, they're helping the inner city kids. We're down on this knife crime violence, so we're trying to do that. I'm meeting up with Sean Bailey, who's a Conservative MP who's running for Mayor of London. I'm meeting up with him. We are doing our best to try and tackle this problem. But the key is this, and I want everyone to know this: the more gratitude that you express is the more abundance that you experience. If you wake up in the morning, you've got a roof over your head and you've got food in your fridge, and you woke up healthy, you're the richest person in the world, right? I want people to realize this, man. Don't watch what next someone else has got. Look at the value that you got. Look at the value in yourself. Give thanks. Keep pushing forward and spread love to everyone.
But Instagram's a problem with that, isn't it?
Well, you know what? Instagram is not the problem. Do you understand? I haven't got time to be looking on nobody else what they're doing or to evil eyeing them, because I'm trying to say to you, when I see people who are popping or doing certain things, I've got nothing but admiration and respect.
But that's you, Spencer.
For no. But I know it's me. But the thing about it is this: it's like I've never seen someone hate on a homeless person or on a tramp or on anything, and 90% of your hate is your own. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Yeah. Right. The real haters. So this, and bottom line is this: as long as you have got time to look after, as long as I can look after my children, you know what I mean, and my household, and got love from my mother, I don't care about nothing else, you know. And that's the God's honest truth. I don't busy about nothing else, because everyone who's around me, they know when I eat, if I got a bowl of food, everybody gets a slice. Everyone gets a little spoon to eat so they can eat as well. And if everybody had that mindset of each one teach one, the world would be a better place, man.
On that note, we'll end there. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm busting. Love, yeah?
So what are you free?